can't take you seriously some days. You're just ridiculous. I wish people could see you. That sounds so disgusting.
That was horrible.
Welcome to episode 6 of Game Til Dawn.
Oh, Lord.
I didn't think that's how we'd start the show. Welcome, everyone. I am your host, Alex Stetton.
I got that delayed giggle. The liggle.
Sitting next to me is Joey Iverson, Scuba Joe, and on Skype and making some weird-ass noises with his water is the soon married man, Clayton Marty. Gentlemen, how the hell are we doing today?
Great. Because Joey wasn't answering, so I cut in.
I always answer first.
I know.
So I thought I'd let you, so I waited.
I bit the bullet.
On today's episode, we'll try to keep it relatively sane for you guys, but it's probably not going to happen.
Nope.
We're going to balance it out a little bit. Last week, we definitely aired more on the Xbox side of things with our talk of achievements and Halo and all that good stuff. So this week, we're going to try to balance it. Our main topic for today is something I know you guys are excited about, something I'm newly excited about, and that is No Man's Sky. The PS4, you can't really call it an indie game anymore, but indie game where you literally can go wherever the fuck you want.
Just to be clear, it's also on PC.
Yes, that's true. And
But
also, not yet. We'll get into that. We'll talk about that. I got stuff up my sleeves.
Nice.
And to start the show, though, we'll be starting with what we have started most of the show with, and that's Halo. Halo 5.
I think we've talked about Halo in almost every episode.
Yeah,
For good reason.
I mean, look who you're recording the show with.
Yeah.
So, and then we'll wrap it up as always with our recommendations. Clayton may have one this week. We'll see. No promises.
It might be a really crappy one, but
yeah. So, and then we'll throw some more goodies in there for you, and we'll settle this whole split screen rumor once and for all. That's coming up next on episode 6 of Game Til Dawn. About Shooter McFace was that Borderlands 1 or 2?
2.
Okay.
That was like during the Firehawk stuff where you were like going after all the people that were like worshiping.
That's right.
The siren and stuff.
Oh god, good times on Borderlands. Anyways, welcome back to episode 6. Return of the Dawn, I guess. Return of us.
I don't know.
We'll work on
Who
it.
are we?
What are we?
What's going on?
All right, we like I said earlier, we are going to start off with a little Halo conversation, like per usual. So at least on our end, Microsoft and 343 has been relatively unclear, at least to us, on what their exact messaging is on the whole split screen debacle that's plaguing Halo 5. And for those who don't know, Halo 5, the rumor has been that it will have no local play whatsoever, no split screen, no campaign, no multiplayer, nothing. And unfortunately, it seems like that's the case for right now.
Yep.
Which at least I was confused on because, it kind of came out in the Game Informer piece that they weren't going to have it.
That was just campaign at that point, though.
Yeah.
That was confirmed.
And obviously they weren't going to announce something like that at E3. Can you imagine destroying the hype train at E3?
An array of booze.
Massive battles. Huge new multiplayer.
No split screen.
No split screen.
Okay, see you later.
And absolutely no fun with your friends at home.
And Microsoft wins E3 by a landslide.
First of all, I just want to say that the confirmation comes from Ars Technica. And it's on an article by Sam Machkovich. I think I want to say.
Or Makovic.
And the original article, it was sort of just conjecture. They were sort of just saying like, we kind of think this is what this means because there was some sort of ad that said 1 player, and then 2 to 24 online.
Yeah.
But then there's an update in the article that says specifically a Microsoft spokesperson confirmed to Ars Technica that Halo 5 Guardians will not support any form of split-screen multiplayer, nor will the game natively support LAN play.
Yeah, and that's what I've been waiting for to be confirmed. And so,
rest in peace. Rest in peace, Couch Co-op.
Yeah.
So my question to you gentlemen is, A, do you see this changing? B, is the reason that they gave, which I don't think you touched on, and we'll talk about that in a sec, but is the reason that they gave legitimate to you? And C, is this something that, I know for you, Clayton, not so much, and I don't think
we can talk about it.
But is this something that affects your opinion or thought of like buying this game?
Okay. Yep.
I know you both are gonna play it, but some people are like,
no, this is a deal breaker for
pre-orders, man. Yeah. Which they're right.
It's their right. It's their
money.
Consumer to make that decision. So
we'll start with A.
Which one was A?
Yeah, repeat A. I have.
Do we think this turns around at any point?
I think with the recent attitude of 343, which is basically
the fan is right.
Which is basically if there's enough public backlash, not necessarily backlash, if there's enough suggestion.
There's
for
backlash.
there will be backlash for this, but if there's enough suggestion for a certain feature, they always say we will look into it,
we'll at least look.
And if the polls say like this is something that needs to be done, then we're gonna try to do it.
Is that why? And I think an example of that is I'm gonna sound like a moron, but the new Revenant new map that they put on Halo for Big Team
Remnant
that we've played, Remnant, excuse me. Do you guys know, was that a fan requested one, or did they just kind of make that one?
That was just fan favorites. Yeah, I mean, I think they probably had a list, and I'm sure they were looking at feedback from people. It definitely sure as hell wasn't one of mine.
That was not a map that I ever thought I needed to play on ever again.
I remember Relic. I mean, they could have done worse. They could have, although they could have like remade Backwash, which would be kind of neat. But I mean, there are definitely worse maps they could have picked than Relic, and I think it was a Big Team fan favorite.
Okay,
so
got it. So yeah, 343, especially after all that's happened, has done a good job of listening. Let's explain the reason why they're doing it, and then we can actually touch on A. I guess I misordered this, and I apologize.
Okay, that's fine.
The reason that the quote from the article is, the decision to remove all split-screen modes was an extremely difficult one for the team, but one that was necessary to deliver the biggest Halo game to date. He wrote in a statement, 343's focus is to ensure that fans get the best Halo experience yet, and the team felt a split-screen experience would compromise the gameplay design and the visual bar they've set.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, the game is going to be running at high fidelity. It's going to be 60 frames per second. If they did incorporate split-screen at this time, they'd have to settle for 30 frames per second.
Yeah.
Which they're not willing to do.
So I know The Witcher just did this. They put a patch out where you could downscale because it wasn't running well. I don't know if it was...
Is that on just PC?
I think it was console. And don't quote me on that, but I think you could set it down to 30 frames because it wasn't running well on some people's.
Because didn't they already downscale it?
There was they did from like the original reveal of it,
okay.
yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, for the PS4 specifically, it gets a little choppy at times.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But they released an update to the point where I don't even notice it anymore. I just thought they just fixed it.
Okay. Maybe that's
I thought they just fixed it.
But there are things developer can do post-launch of a game in order to incorporate those things.
Yeah.
So my question to you guys again is, do you think this is something that people are going to hoot and holler about so much that 343 is going to change their minds and do another 180? Because, Microsoft history is, filled with 180s now.
Yeah. So, which is funny because they're
backwards competitive.
360.
Yeah, 360.
Yeah,
I was gonna make the joke with that.
There's something there.
No, I guess it just sort of depends on how much they really think it's gonna affect the way the game plays.
And obviously, they have a pretty set vision to cut something that is so integral to this series.
Yeah, they clearly thought this was important enough to cut one of the most important things in Halo history.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the foundation of Halo. A piece of it's being completely dismantled for some people. So, I mean, you should see if you go into Halo Waypoint and look at the forums. There are multiple threads on this.
People are shitting.
Just get so heated that the mods have to start taking them down and renewing them and stuff because they're just turning into huge battles and huge wars. So,
which is unfortunate. It sucks that this even has to be. I mean, I definitely get it. It sucks this has to be even an option.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Do you agree with the reasoning? We'll go to B.
If you want mine, I do agree with it. I mean, I understand it. I don't think that they are going to reverse this call. I really don't. I mean, as much as people want it to happen, I don't think it's gonna. I mean, even if I wanted it to, and I was writing, I don't think it'd make a difference.
This is, in my opinion, in my mind, this is not gonna slow sales that much because a lot of people are kind of in the same boat. They get COD and Halo every year whenever they come out, and they don't pay this close of attention. So a lot of people are going to buy it with the assumption that
that's true.
Very true. It has the co-op. So when they log on to try to try to play it,
there may be a lot of returns in the first week.
Yeah, they might resell it. Yeah.
See, I don't think there's going to be a lot, but that's definitely going to affect some people. And then there are a ton of people like you've talked on who hate this and are boycotting it. They're doing what we talked about in an early episode is they're speaking with their wallets and they're turning their pre-orders back in, which is fine if that's what you feel Halo is, which I know a lot of people do. That's fine. For me personally, this isn't a deal breaker. It's a disappointment. It's not a deal breaker.
Yeah, I'm buying this game.
Yep.
Yes, for sure. I am. There's never been any question. You've got my money on 1 through 4. You're gonna get it on 5.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this would be a bigger deal if I didn't have some sort of substitute.
Or if you didn't have Xbox Live.
Yeah. Because I'm talking more if I didn't have Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
Where I could play couch co-op with friends and people, maybe I would be a little bit more ticked. I personally think right now they're not going to change it. But that's not a set in stone thing.
Well, and we have to look at what would happen if they did decide to implement it. It would not be getting a 2015 release. It wouldn't. No. With what they'd have to do if they had to knock it down to 30 frames per second, that changes different elements of the game. They'd have to go in and redo a bunch of other things. So I would say we wouldn't see this until sometime next year, which they don't want to miss their deadline for 2015.
No,
Halo.
And they wouldn't. So that's why I think I could see it down the road.
Sure.
Yeah.
So what? A was. Why can't I remember? Okay, sorry.
I do have one more thing.
Yep.
There was the original article that I read, not even the one that gave the official report, was an article on Engadget by Philip Palermo called "I Won't Be Playing Halo 5 Guardians and Here's Why."
Okay.
But he makes a lot of good points. He just says for him personally, this is.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good points. Like there's one portion where he kind of talks about like what it sort of takes because he's actually worked on games before. And it says incorporating something like split screen mode isn't as easy as flipping a switch. Everything needs to be tested to make sure no single aspect brings the whole game down. It would require an intense amount of resources from engine optimization to level design to tweaking the UI. And it's a big investment for something comparatively few Halo players likely utilize these days.
So his point is people don't use it that much.
But he does.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. Or he would.
Which, and it could just be, just because an internet majority is raging doesn't mean the majority.
Right.
I think we get so focused in the gaming community as we are the voice, and we may be the hardcore voice, but we are not. We are the minority when it comes to the general public who plays video games.
Yeah,
true.
Angry people are the loudest.
Yeah, well, and the people obviously that don't care aren't going to be writing on this. Really, there might be a few saying like, "Oh, I don't mind," but the majority are going to be the people that are pissed.
Yeah,
they're going
to be I agree. So like I said, disappointed but not heartbroken. Because we'll play online together. I play with most of my friends these days online. It's only really during the summer. Well, I guess friends come over in college and stuff
exactly.
like that.
That's going to be a little.
The one thing I'm going to miss is going over and getting back when we're all together now, and hooking up to the same system link and everything like that, and LANing and having a big LAN party, which you can't do. LAN parties are near and dear to my heart, and so it's kind of heartbreaking to see those go away.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially for the fact that, like, for the first at least 2 months, Halo is going to be the game that we're going to be playing.
Yep.
So, well, okay, you got Battlefront coming out in November, but for the first month at least.
Oh, I'll be playing. I mean, I've stuck around with Halo for 6 months into it, so I will be on 5.
If we're hanging out together, if we all want to play Halo together,
all have to bring our Xbox.
Clayton has to go home.
Yeah.
And then I have to go to my room.
Go to room. I have to go to my room.
Yeah, exactly. So like that kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does. And you can't play it on the same TV.
No, I mean otherwise it'd be lugging. It'd be old school style. I mean, we'd still be lugging around our Xboxes everywhere and just being on separate TVs while watching each other play. Wouldn't be the same feel.
No, definitely not. Any final comments on split screen?
R.I.P.
Or rest in peace for now.
Yeah.
We're for now, but we'll see. Moving on to happier news.
Yes.
Oh my God. I think a solid amount of people who would listen to this have seen or at least heard of a little game called No Man's Sky. And it is, for now, it's a PlayStation and PC exclusive. Actually, can't call it exclusive, but those are the systems it's on.
It's PlayStation 4 exclusive to consoles.
Yeah. There you go. And the concept is you are a pilot. You are placed in a world. And you build your resources and your ships, and then pretty seamlessly completely seamlessly, you jump into space and the universe is there for you to explore.
Yeah.
And granted, I definitely was intrigued when they announced it. They announced it last year already?
I think it was last E3 that they announced it.
I was intrigued, but the trailer looked good to me and the idea. But it was something I needed to see in action, and I definitely it looked cool, but I was intrigued. I needed more. And recently, IGN, their game of the month, their game of first, is No Man's Sky, and they did an 18-minute uncut demo of it, and oh my God,
Beautiful.
It's stunning. It really is. First, we can talk about the graphics. I love the cell shaded.
It's a really cool style. Yeah.
Yep.
It's definitely they went for a certain style and they really stuck it. It's kind of like it brings to mind, not in style, but like games like Borderlands or like Child of Light, when they don't go for hyper realistic, like your face is melting off, like Rise tried to do.
Yeah.
That
game looked good though.
That game looked good. That game was one of the best looking games ever.
Absolutely.
But they went for a certain style, and at least from what I've seen, limited amount, they stuck it. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, they definitely have stolen some elements. Like watching it, the UI, it looks exactly like Destiny's, but that's nothing.
With the cursor going around and picking stuff. Yeah,
it's almost cute. It runs that line of it almost looks
cute. The graphics for it. Yeah.
Which isn't a rip. It's just the style they're going for, and it's just beautiful. Yeah.
I liked what the guy said in the demo about when they mentioned the reference to GTA. They're like, oh, you're kind of taking the star system, which we can talk about a little bit about that. But he's just like, well, it wasn't patented, so we're gonna rip pieces
we stole it.
He's like, if they worked, we're gonna take them.
Yeah, for sure. So moving along in the demo, it showed off, the little world he was on, and how he can hit a scanning button, and he can scan the environment. And if he's the first person on that, if your character is the first person on the planet, you can, you discover it. It's 100% your discovery, and then you have to go and log it. And then it shoots up into the cloud or whatever server that they have running on this thing. Yeah. And forever until the server shuts down. Yeah. That is your discovery.
Yep.
So you can name it like a poopopotamus or something like that.
I don't know if you can do that. I don't think you can.
Yeah.
I guarantee. Yeah. I wouldn't.
There's
want
some
that.
limits.
I wouldn't want to travel to.
I'm sure you can't call it.
You're not going to travel to Vector 3 planet and find a cunt stick fuck.
Yeah, you're not going to.
That's what I don't want.
Wow, that's bad. Excuse me.
That was really bad.
Sorry for Clayton's mom who's listening.
You were just showing what not to do. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure there are limits.
Yeah.
But I bet poop is fine.
I agree. They'll
like
probably
poop.
have it like almost like you're entering in a gamer tag, where if there's any bad words, they're not going to let you submit it.
Yeah.
People will get
There'll
covered.
be a filter on it. Yeah. Oh, for sure. And I'm sure you can't put numbers into it and stuff
Well,
like that.
maybe if you like Omega 7 or something. Like
that's true. You could make it something cool sci-fi like that.
But I feel like you can't. Yeah. Anyways,
elite speak. You're talking about making weird like
the first planet I discover is going to be called Butt.
just Butt.
Welcome to Butt.
Nice. I don't know. You guys said you guys can start talking about it too. What you kind of thought of it. I was blown away.
I was too.
Frankly, blown away.
It makes me regret giving away my PlayStation. That's all I have to say on that. Is
Alex said
I
this
was going to get to that.
Yeah.
I looked at Joey square in the face and I said to him, "This is a game. If it pans out, is a game that I would heavily consider buying a PlayStation."
Right, and those are the games where if you're going to spend more money than the game's worth, buy a new system and then buy the game. Like that's saying something.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But no, talk to me what you guys thought about it.
Do you want to go first, Clayton, or do you want me to?
You can hit it up. This is your domain, so I can comment on it as you go.
Okay. There were two things that the little things are what really blew me away. The attention to detail that they had on some stuff, like the fact that they created their own periodic table of elements.
That was really neat.
Yep.
And that you combine them and sell them, make money off of it. You can go to different systems and sell things at a higher price because it costs more there. There's inflation in different areas of the universe. Yep. And like it has its own economy, and it's really cool. That's super cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I liked the like sort of progression system that they have. That's not really a progression system because it's not like you're leveling up, but you're like upgrading your equipment and stuff and gaining your resources and making like improving the things you have.
Yeah.
I like that, and that's really cool. I don't know, just everything about that game just seems like you could just jump in there, play for an hour or two, do something cool, and then find out you've actually been playing for 12 hours. You know what I mean? Like, that's that kind of game. You're like, oh, I'm just going to play for a couple hours, get this done, and then you've been on.
It's 4 a.m.
Yeah.
When did I get kids?
The next day?
Yeah. But then the one other thing that, like, that he just kind of breezed by, just like, it was just like, oh, yeah, this too. One planet is planet-sized.
Yeah.
The whole you can walk around the entire planet on foot, and it might take you weeks.
Like real weeks.
Yes.
It might be. I mean,
yes.
Did he say weeks or in-game weeks?
He said it could take you days or weeks. That's what he said, to walk around an entire planet because the planet is planet size. It has its own axis.
Yep.
It goes through a day-night cycle. If you land on the planet side that isn't facing the sun, it's nighttime. If you land on the daytime side, where the sun is facing, it's daytime, and if you just sat there, it would eventually turn to nighttime.
Ridiculous.
That's really cool.
That's awesome.
So, a couple of questions for you, Joe.
Yeah.
Do you know, are they not officially calling it, but is it an MMO? Is it, because I know there's a lot of AI, but when I first conceptualized this game in my head when it was announced, I thought of it literally would just be all players. Obviously, there would be AI, but like everyone you run into in the stars is like a player.
My bad.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Okay. Is there an earthquake?
Ignore the sound you just heard. I'm not dying.
That was terrifying. Okay.
What Hello Games has said is that they're not calling it an MMO.
Okay.
Even though it is a open world where players are playing.
So like the Division and Destiny.
Yes. Yes and no.
The new age MMO.
Except it's not like Destiny because you can run into other players whenever you want. If you happen to run into another player, like Destiny has it sectioned off in layers, in areas.
Yeah. Ogres have layers.
All ogres have layers, so do cakes.
Cakes have layers.
Parfaits don't, but they're better than cakes.
Stop it.
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody love parfaits. No, okay, but the way they describe it is the odds of you running into another player are not likely, but it is possible.
Because
now, obviously, that depends on the amount of people that are playing.
Because the universe is so
how many
vast.
planets?
It's huge.
I heard literally a quintillion is a term I heard one time. Like there's so many planets that you can't visit them all.
That's not even.
They have said that. I don't know if they've given a number to it, but quintillion sounds.
That's not even a number that I can comprehend in my head.
No.
Yeah. Well, if you tried to go to every single, it'd take like billions of years, from what I've heard. Like you can't visit every single planet. It's impossible.
you start, from what I've heard from Sean Murray, the CEO of Hello Games, he said that everyone starts on an outer rim planet.
And you
want to make your way into the center.
Yes. And see, that detail right there has put a hook into my brain.
Yeah.
Because I am the type of gamer, type of person, unfortunately, who has a little ADD. I remember I got tested as a child. I didn't have full-on ADD, but I had like symptoms of it. So it was enough to acknowledge I had a problem, but not enough to give me medication to fix it.
Sure. We always knew there was something wrong with him. So
yeah, exactly. I need some structure. I like open world games, but if I don't feel like I have a purpose, and that's why I never played Minecraft, or I tried it, but I could never get into it because it's just like, build whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there is actually kind of an end game to Minecraft.
There is,
now.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when I heard about this, like, this is cool. I would love to explore planets and discover my own stuff and leave my own mark on this game.
Yeah.
But I'm only going to do that for 10 hours, knowing the person I am.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that they said that the point of the game, quotation marks, the point of this game is to get to the center of the universe, and we're not telling you what's there.
Yeah.
So literally anything could be there.
Yep.
I don't.
God.
Maybe it's a.
I have a theory.
That's where he's been hiding. But
I have a theory.
We'll get to it in one second. But the fact that, like, you could be immortalized in the game, or as one of the first colonists to reach the center of the universe. You know what I mean? That really intrigues me, and that's something I'm gonna, forge and grind through resources on and build my ship up, and I'll definitely stop on planet. And who knows, maybe I will get distracted, and I know I will, but that's ultimately, it seems like the end game that they're gonna push in their messaging.
And they said that once you get to the center of the universe, there are reasons to keep playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't just end and it's like this, but he said for a lot of people, this will be the point in the game where they say, I'm good.
That's probably because
set down the controller.
How many hours it's going to take to get there.
Oh, I'm sure at least 100 to 200.
I would say more. I wouldn't even say that's breaking the...
It's probably going to take me 1,000 because I'm not going to be doing it.
I don't even
think
you're cracking the crust.
There's going to be people who try to do that in like a month.
Mm-hmm.
And God bless the people. That's too much.
But that's the thing. I'm afraid someone's going to spoil the middle of the universe.
This is going to be another one of those games where somebody's going to get too wrapped into it where they forget to eat and they're going to die.
I hope not.
It's going to be another one of those.
It
could be. With spoilers in general, if you do a good job being careful, you usually don't see it. Like in communities in recent history have been pretty good. The Game of Thrones community has been phenomenal, not spoiling.
Yeah.
What else? Walking Dead.
Yeah, been pretty good. Yeah.
Walking Dead has been pretty good. True Detective, like a bunch of these. I know Breaking Bad too. I started that show probably 6 months after it ended, and no one had spoiled anything for me. And obviously, if I looked for the spoilers, I would have found them. But it's a matter of not looking for trouble.
Yeah.
There is occasional times where you can't.
A friend might do it.
Yeah.
Well, for the most part, like on the internet recently, for Batman Arkham Knight, for instance, I never ran into any spoilers for Arkham Knight on websites that I went to that talked about it. Like, they always avoided it. Now, unfortunately, we have a mutual friend who likes to spoil everything.
And if you're listening to this, you need to stop spoiling shit, man.
But that's okay, because...
Bring me back to middle school when somebody ruined Harry Potter for me, and I punched them so hard. I saw red for a bit, but that's just on spoilers. But you guys are talking about spoilers, about the center of the universe, and for all we know, this could potentially have a different outcome for every single player.
Oh, that's true, too.
That's true. It could be, it could be based on how you got in there.
Or there could literally be nothing.
There could be nothing. It could be a complete void, like a black hole that just sucks you in, and then you're dead.
And then you start to go in,
that's part of my theory.
And then it's a middle finger.
That's part of my theory. That's part of my theory. No, I was just thinking, because it would just really suck if somehow there was something that just said oh, blah blah blah, center of the universe, I found it, blah blah blah, and had a picture of it or something.
Yeah, like a sign, you have reached the center of the universe.
But the way you just described that though, how it could be different for everybody, it's kind of cool because if you think about it, say you play through the game and you're combative a lot.
You could,
you upgrade your weapons more than you upgrade anything else, right? You get there and there's a bunch of enemies that you have to fight. Or if you're a trader, it's just a giant
pile of money.
Fucking trading. It's just a giant space station, and it's I can trade forever?
Forever
and you're just like, you know, like, I don't know. Like, that'd be cool, but I have a feeling it's one thing.
It probably is, but...
What is your theory?
My theory is, see, what he said with a black hole, my theory is, what if it just opens up a
new universe, No Man's Sky 2.
And you go through a black hole and it comes out and you're in another universe and you have to get to the center
all of your previous attributes and stuff are wiped. You have to start fresh, clean.
We have to be reasonable with our expectations.
I don't think that's going to happen.
No, probably not. That's just my
because you got to think about this game has only been in development for, 3-4 years?
But it could be like their version of a New Game Plus.
Yeah, but
the
way they're so far messaging this and putting themselves out there is that there is something that is, if they're not telling you, there is something there that the first people will be rewarded. Mm-hmm. Maybe in real life, who knows?
Yeah, it'll end the game for you, basically, if you want it to.
Yeah, if you want it to.
Well, and I like the way, like, how versatile this game is, because he's like, there's going to be people that don't even try to reach the center. Like, they're going to be content with exploring and trading. Or just trading. Like, you don't even have to go explore. You can just stick around in the trading post the whole time, which sounds terrible to me, but the fact is you can do it.
Yeah.
So. Well, the thing is,
like, it's so cool how you can take resources from one galaxy and look on your map or whatever and see and go to another galaxy.
That doesn't have
and those resources are hard to come by, so you sell them at an inflated like 200%. You know what I mean?
I did think it was interesting that you mine with your gun.
Yeah.
It was just. It was
I really like the part where he shoots through the rock, makes a hole in the rock, and they talk about how you can create like caves and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he said then another thing that sort of blew my mind was he said there are actual caves.
Yeah. And this is what we're not getting, because I mean it's limitless. Like
it's not just surface.
You will never run into the same planet twice.
Yeah.
But you probably could though.
Yeah, if you really tried. But yet, it is also minimalist at the same time. Mm-hmm. The HUD is very simple. Mm-hmm. The reticle is very small, simplistic. It's not meant to be a hardcore first-person shooter.
Right.
It's not meant to be this trading sim. It's meant to be whatever you make of it.
Mm-hmm. And nothing really seems all that difficult to do.
No, and flying looks really simple.
And that's what I like about it.
Yeah, and I love the minimal, and the approach kind of goes with the art style, where it's so complex and insane. Like that algorithm that's creating these quintillion planets.
Yeah.
You like that word.
Just
so simple.
Just the fact that
the creatures look simple, the ships look simple, but they look beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
I love the little dinosaur dogs,
the big dinosaur dog
on the little moon of the planet that they showed.
Can you imagine some of these huge like the cool little ones, but I guarantee
you they did. There were I've seen not in that video, but there are huge ones. Yeah, I've seen it. They're like brachiosauruses.
Yeah. Nice.
Or Joeyosauruses.
I'm gonna call them that. First. Yeah. That's what they're gonna be called.
Yeah.
Joeyosauruses.
So unfortunately now that not the cynic. Well, we'll call it the cynic in my brain is working, and I have some thoughts, some more negative as we
come
down here.
Yeah, lay it on us.
Yeah. First, I still don't believe that this game is near done. I do not. I know people have played it, and I think it was Greg Miller who said that this could come out this year.
He thought he said it could.
I still do not believe that this game is a this year title, which I'm okay with. There's so much this year already where it's like, where does it fit in?
And when you have the game this volume, you don't want to mess this up.
No, you do not. And that was
going to be my second point. What were you going to say, Joe?
I was going to say, yeah, there's a lot coming out this year. There's not a lot of PlayStation coming out this year.
True.
No, but where do you fit that in? Like, what part of the year?
You fit it in the part of the year where Xbox has a smorgasbord of shit coming out.
It would have to be in October.
Yeah, it would.
It would have to be September, October.
Now,
before Halo.
Now, I do think that within at least the next month or two, they're going to release some sort of beta. Because I think it looks playable right now. I think, to me, what they showed, what I've seen so far, I would pay full price for that game.
You think in 3 months' time that game is done?
I'm not saying that.
No. But if we're talking about September, October, that's 3 months from now.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily saying that I think it is going to come out.
Okay, but you think you'll see an alpha or a beta?
I think we could. Yeah.
See, I don't think so. I think people are, and I could be completely wrong. I've known to be in the
past. Well, supposedly they have an announcement coming soon
at Gamescom or something like that.
That's what I heard, and that would be the place to do it because they're Swedish.
Yeah.
Swedish.
Or Tokyo Game Show. Sony always has a big presence there because they are a Japanese company.
Yeah, they're not. Sony's not gonna be at Gamescom, so yeah.
Okay, so it'd have to be TGS.
Yeah.
So or PAX. One of the PAX is there's East, West, North, South, Kanye West, all those North, East. Yeah.
Yeah, Northwest.
So no, I still don't think that's this year. I hope it's not. Just because there's so much else, and I don't think it's smart to release it this year because a new IP this year is a very dangerous proposition because all the established, basically most of the big established guns are coming out with stuff besides like Rockstar.
Yeah,
and that doesn't bode well for new IPs, no matter how breathtaking and amazing are. Because like I guarantee you, I log on to Facebook and talk to some of our friends who are gamers but not hardcore gamers, and they've never even heard of this game.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think it's a risky proposition to put that out right now.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll see. My other worry. So say it does come out this year or spring of next year. I'm worried that this is a little too ambitious. And you made a good point earlier. We were talking about this, and I commented. I said it was an indie game, but Joe, and you can talk on this, said you have to imagine Sony's putting so much money into this now.
Yeah, I think Sony is pouring money into Hello Games for this game to be done.
And, I don't.
But I think they're smart enough to know that they can't rush it.
Yeah. Okay. That's probably why. They're not putting any money into Shenmue. That's why they're doing the Kickstarter to fund this. That's a lot. That's
they will.
I'm just that was my joke.
Oh, okay. I was like,
that's how much money they're putting in here. No.
So, but my worry is, regardless of Sony money, which they do have a lot of it.
Some, they have some.
My worry is this is too ambitious, and I'm not just saying that because it's an indie studio. This is ambitious for any studio.
Yeah.
And recent history has shown if you don't stick a launch with a new IP, Project Cars comes to mind.
Crash and burn.
Even established like Master Chief and Assassin's Creed, that community will not be there as much because in gaming, movies, books, life, it doesn't matter. First impression is key. And if you log into this game after spending $40 to $60 in it and you can't get off the first world because the servers are acting funny, like people are going to be, especially it depends on what time of year they release it. It's like, oh, well, shit, like this isn't working. I'm going to go play Uncharted 4. I'm going to go play Halo 5. And I'm praying. I don't want this to happen, but I'm hoping this isn't a game that is biting off more than it can chew, because this is taking the only example that I can think of with a game like this, and this isn't even close, is Borderlands. With they had an algorithm that created the guns over and over again. So there was I think they advertised it was 10 bajillion guns or something.
Yeah, bajillion was the word they used.
So. And if there's quintillion worlds in this, and obviously, that's
not even quintillion worlds, quintillion stars with planets around them.
Jesus Christ, that's an insane proposition.
Yeah,
and I hope it's one they stick, because if they do, it could be one of the greatest technological achievements in video games.
This could be a unicorn.
A unicorn?
Yeah, you never seen that?
Once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Oh no. I thought you were just...
No, this could be a completely revolutionary game.
For sure.
Absolutely.
And every media outlet that I've seen talk about it says, for better or worse, this is something they have never seen before. And this is something you can only do on next gen.
Honest to God, never thought about the servers.
I know. And it's unfortunately, it's a technological limit that we need to worry about in today's day and age, especially with how these consoles run.
Especially with PlayStation.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
See, that's something I didn't think about either.
PlayStation Network was actually down.
See, that's why you and us three are a good team.
Yesterday.
We think about these things.
PlayStation Network does not have good track record.
No, they never have.
Now they've been better with PS4. They have not had a 2-week period where they didn't have any PlayStation Network.
But I guarantee you, if Blizzard Squad felt like it, they could still go in and wipe them out.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, they could do that with most servers, it seems like.
But yeah, PlayStation Network was kind of wonky today when I was going on.
Yeah.
And I saw a thing, and they said, we're working on it, and whatever. It just happens. Now, I know it happens with Xbox Live, too, but
the one thing,
not like it does with PlayStation.
This isn't fanboy, this is fact. Microsoft has over Sony and will until they prove otherwise, is Microsoft has impeccable servers that run Xbox Live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is very, very rare that you will see even 12 hours with being down. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Well, yeah. When they post it. You can go online, check it on XboxLiveStatus.com, and see exactly what the issue is and what
you can do that with PlayStation.
Yeah,
the fix is very quick. Like you can you can sign up to get a message when it's back online, and it's always within like 5 hours on the long end.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, the service thing and it sucks because it puts a shadow and it puts a bad taste in people's mouth of these developers where it may not necessarily be their fault.
Yeah.
These are obviously talented people who are working at Hello Games right now.
Yeah, we got
on Project Cars or
Drive Club.
Drive Club, that's what it was.
That just the
Drive
PlayStation
Club.
Plus version of that game that was promised as a launch just came out.
Really?
I downloaded it the other day to just try it because I'm so curious why this game was such a problem.
Yeah. So that's unfortunate because it costs people money and jobs. But I hope this isn't a tale of, reach for the stars, but be careful.
Reach for the stars.
That's good.
See what I did.
That's really good.
Who was it that flew too high into the sun?
Icarus.
Icarus.
Yeah. Icarus kept climbing, and he burnt out. So I say that just because it's a reality. It's something that could happen.
Yep.
Do I hope it happens? Fuck no. This game looks amazing.
Yeah,
I don't care if it's exclusive to the Sega Genesis. This game looks amazing. So talking about consoles and exclusivity, it is not at the moment being developed for Xbox One.
No.
Boo.
And Sony is treating this like it's their baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which they should.
They're almost treating it like a first party.
Yeah.
Game.
And so I was curious about this, so I looked into it, and it may be Xbox. Sorry. It may be because Sony got to them first, but for the foreseeable future, this game will not be on Xbox, and the reason is, Xbox unfortunately has a parity clause in their developer agreement that says the developer's game must be either have an equal release date or come out first on Xbox or not at all. So that means if Sony has an timed exclusive, it's theirs simply because Microsoft, its clause says they don't want it. Now, that was created when Don Matrick and the rest of them, I think it was Don Matrick, was running Xbox division.
Wasn't a fan of that guy.
No, I think he's still involved in Xbox, but I'm not
sure. No, I don't think he is.
Okay, but regardless, talking to, and I'm blanking on the gentleman's name, but he is the head of ID at Xbox, and talking to Phil Spencer, not personally, I wish, but they, in today's day and age, they're very lax with that rule. So they've actually came out and said they would absolutely love No Man's Sky on the Xbox. But it's a matter of, the Xbox listened for Xbox. And I have my Kinect plugged in. I'm sorry, everyone. And they said flat out, if Hello Games is willing to come to the table, we'll at least discuss the possibility of bringing it to the Xbox.
Wouldn't that also... I was going to say, wouldn't that kind of thing also include DLC? Because stuff that's timed exclusive on PlayStation...
There's probably smarter people than us who've thought this through.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't miss out on DLC.
Timed DLC on PlayStation still comes out on Xbox.
I would assume it's retail or indie games.
Yeah.
So I think eventually this game makes it on because I think a smart man like Phil Spencer and the current crew working on Xbox would not let this opportunity.
They wouldn't want
to. I feel like maybe they're waiting to see because, like you, they feel it may be a little too ambitious. Yeah. They might be waiting to see if it crashes and burns first.
And they don't want to repeat the Master Chief Collection.
True. They also looked like they had somewhat of an answer for this game at E3. And I'm blanking on the name of the developer.
Oh, yeah. It was the guy that developed DayZ.
Was it?
The studio that developed DayZ, or the guy. I don't know if it's one guy or if it's a studio.
They're working on an open world space game similar to this. The feel
it sounded
was that.
like it.
The feel was was like that.
Immediately as he was describing it, I said, "This is No Man's Sky for Xbox."
Now, and that has more of a hyper realistic Ion. That's what it was.
That's what it was called.
That has more of a realistic look and stuff like that.
They didn't really. The reason I said that too is the only reason is because they were zooming in from stars.
Yeah,
it looked exactly like the way when they zoom out of all the stars. In No Man's Sky,
which will blow your mind if you watch that video on IGN and you look at the pan out. It doesn't end. He keeps panning out and out. And you're like, there has to be an end in sight. No, there's no end in sight.
Google, it's No Man's Sky 18-minute video.
Yeah.
And you'll find it. It'll be one of the first links. And it is phenomenal. And it's so I don't care what system you pull on, go and watch it.
I liked the jokes that they were making, like, are there going to be toxic planets? And he's just like, yeah. And I'm like,
you have to upgrade your suit or else you have to.
There are planets you can't go to because you do have to upgrade your equipment in order to land on them. So that's was cool. Really cool. Like, there will be a reason to advance.
So, but yeah, with this game, I definitely have questions and concerns. But right now, I'm sky high on this.
God, quit it with your fucking...
I knew what I was doing that time. And I'm excited to see what they have. I really hope that, we get it soon, but not too soon, and that it's everything they're promising. And even if they have to make sacrifices and make it like 10 trillion worlds, I'm okay with that. Yeah. 10, but no fewer than 10
No fewer than 10 trillion, please.
No fewer than 10 trillion.
There was one more thing that when I was watching Kind of Funny Games' reaction to this game, because Greg played it behind closed doors. He said they were asking a lot of questions, and for the most part, they had answers to them. Mm-hmm. But then, he felt like they were getting a little too ambitious with their questions, because you said something about being able to upgrade your ship almost infinitely, and it can get pretty big. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, can you make the Death Star? And he was like, okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves, but theoretically you can make a giant ship.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, what if you warped in and just destroyed everyone there because you're so big? He's like, well, yeah, that could happen.
That's so cool.
It could happen.
This can be your own personal Star Wars, and you can be Darth Vader and just kill everything.
I definitely think people need to. The concepts are there, and there's some cool stuff, but I think, and maybe even Hello needs to do this, but need to just kind of rein it back a little bit.
I don't think that's going to actually be possible.
No, probably. And I don't want to put a rein on creativity or anything like that, but
there's a line.
There's some things you just can't do. The technology isn't there.
Well, also there's certain things that you shouldn't do because it could
ruin
the experience for
You
other
could have
people.
a Death Star and you literally were a big enough fuck to go around and just destroy planets.
I can see the headline here. It'd be this: Big Al 952 destroys planet butt. Joey is like, so no!
How could he destroy my butt?
You bastard!
My home planet of butt.
And it's Moon Uranus, my anus. Oh god.
That'd be kind of
fun. Yeah. And that's what Joe and I were talking about. Can you destroy planets? Can you,
Theoretically, it would take a long time. Theoretically, you can destroy the whole planet with your gun.
Well, see, then we're forgetting to mention there are sentinels that will protect the planet. So maybe
on some of them, is there sentinels on every planet?
I think there's sentinels on every planet.
Is there primitive planets where there's no sentinels? You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff that with this many worlds and this much stuff, there's a lot of questions that still need to be answered.
I think, from what I understand, though, he said the sentinels are essentially they're the police of the universe. Yeah. In this case. Yeah. They'll come after you no matter what, in any planet.
Please don't go into some ghettos.
That's true.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I mean, I guess if you try to destroy a planet that much, they're probably gonna come try to
so who knows? A lot of stuff to answer. Hopefully they get those answers to us. I know the hype is pretty solid on this. Closing thoughts on No Man's Sky.
It looks awesome.
Mine is obviously we're okay with waiting. We know it's a big project. Mm-hmm. Just don't make it another Last Guardian. That's all I have to say.
Please.
Or don't make it what's the game? Duke Nukem. Don't make it like a Duke Nukem.
Don't make it Duke Nukem and then have it tank Duke Nukem.
That was hyped for a completely
that was 10 years.
different reason, though.
Yeah, that's true. True. People living in nostalgia. Yeah. So, anyways, looks great. Quickly before we go to recommendations and the break, the Xbox is having the Ultimate Sale right now. Ooh. And I want your guys' quick picks on what you're going to buy.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, boom.
Possible Sleeping Dogs.
Okay.
Definitive Edition.
Good game. Okay. I have that.
Clayton?
I might buy. Joey, after strong recommendation, has twisted my arm, and I will probably be getting Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yes.
So.
Very nice. I am for sure getting Ori. After this recording, I'm going to download it while I edit, and I'm looking at the Borderlands Handsome Collection, and that's looking pretty good to me too. It's $35.
I think we all might get that.
love Borderlands 1 and 2. Didn't play the pre-sequel. Would love an excuse to jump back into it, especially after I beat Arkham, which is probably by the time you guys hear this, I will have beaten it. So yeah, those, and that's 3 games for $50.
If you had more money, is there any other one you just get?
I think I would get. We talked about it earlier. I would definitely get Far Cry 4.
Yep.
I think I still may. They have Xbox 360 version of it, of the sale, and Orange Box is $5, so that's $1 a game, and I don't think I can
pass. You can't pass
up on that, especially if it becomes backwards compatible. I don't know if it's going to. Yep. GTA 5 is one that I never beat on 360 and never played on 1, so that's another
great game.
Combo that I could try out. So there's definitely options. Yep. I need to remember that I don't work during the school year, so I don't have a lot of money to throw around.
True, exactly.
And I still have a large amount of debt from Rome that I need to pay off. So, okay, after that lovely segue, we will be headed to our recommendations and get you guys out of here. Thanks. I rudely cut off Clayton in our last segment. He was kind enough to ask me what games I would get if I had the money, and I did not rebuttal and ask him.
It's common courtesy to then ask me, but you lack that.
I do, and I apologize greatly. What would you get if you had
the only money? 2 is I noticed that Watch Dogs was $15, so that might be one that I'll try out. I didn't want to buy it when I heard all the reviews, but they have the Telltale Game Collection, and that's got. Joey, if I forget one, let me know. But they've got Game of Thrones, Tales of the Borderlands, and is it all of the Walking Dead?
Yep.
Or just all the Walking Dead, and that cover it?
Wolf Among Us.
Yep, which I've heard is one of the best in the series. All those are supposed to be just
great games, and it's $55, originally like $110. So if I had the money, that's something I'd be dropping.
It's worth it. I'm not a big Telltale guy, but I've heard those are phenomenal. Joe, do you have any that you would buy if you had the money?
If I had the money, I'd get GTA 5 on Xbox for the Great White Shark with whatever the Great White Shark card is.
I have no idea what that
is.
It's
an $80 game for $60, right? So I would probably get that if I had the money, but I'm not doing that.
Why not? All right, recommendations. What do we have this week, gentlemen? Do you want me to start?
Yep, go for it. You never start.
Oh, that's true. I don't. So this week, and we kind of touched on it. I'll start with the game. I'm recommending Ori. Like I said, it's downloading as we speak. I'm excited to play it.
Say the full name.
What?
Say the full name.
Ori and the Blind Forest. Excuse me.
Sorry.
This was a game they showed off at E3 last year that I instantly fell in love with, and I just haven't had the time to get to it because I got back from Rome for 4 months when it came out. So it's I'm catching up on my backlog. Arkham Knight kind of derailed that for a bit, but that's the next game I play, and I'm really looking forward to it. I've seen video and seen Joe play it, and it looks phenomenal. So that's what I'm recommending.
It is phenomenal.
Joe.
All right. Number 1 for me. I actually have 3 this week. Believe it or not. Is a new game. Just came out. It's free on PlayStation Plus called Rocket League.
Okay.
And it's fucking fun as hell.
Yeah.
It's essentially soccer with cars.
Your face just lit up when you were talking about it. So yeah, I'll take your word for it.
It's soccer with cars.
Okay.
And you customize your car, you put new stuff on it, make it look cool. You have a giant ball in the middle. You play with 3-on-3 or 4-on-4 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Super cool. Super fun.
Exclusive to PlayStation 4?
Yes.
Okay. Unfortunate, but okay.
Damn. We're left out.
Yeah. Womp. Not when we move in together.
Nope. And it's got 2-player split screen, so
dancing.
Nice.
We can play it online against people.
Not like Halo.
Not like Halo.
My turn?
Yeah.
Okay. First one that I'm going to have, I have 2 now. I actually have 2. since I am currently in the middle of trying to lose some weight, and I am dieting, I have been tempting myself terribly by watching Man vs. Food on Netflix. It's the absolute worst thing to do to myself, but I mean, at least I get the satisfaction of seeing the food and having it getting eaten
and licking the TV.
I just wish that could be me. But that's my recommendation, just for like my own sadistic pleasure.
Watch what? Man vs. Food.
Man vs. Food.
I like that
season 2 on there, but I've seriously I've watched them all within like 3 days.
And depending on where you are, some of these places you can go eat at.
Yeah, you can go to.
I saw them. There was a Minneapolis one, which if you don't know on the show, we're all from Minnesota. Yep. So, I mean, I was born in Washington, which is better, but raised in Minnesota. And they had a Minneapolis one where they did like a meter bratwurst challenge, and that was really exciting to see. Or
they did the Juicy Lucy, which is, you know, if you're a Minnesotan, you have your opinion if it's from Matt's or 5/8 Club.
I have never had a Juicy Lucy.
That's something you need to change when you come back to Minneapolis. And I know I've been to Sarasota, Florida, and I've got to sample that, so that's a really good. Nice. You know, if you're craving.
It's a cool thing because I love food, so if I travel, I'm gonna want to know where to eat.
Exactly. Yeah. No question. All right, back to me. This is a random one, but I was bored. I'm on a Batman kick. I didn't have Batman kick. I was trying to find something on my iPad, and I have like a first gen iPad, and I couldn't download Amazon Prime to watch the animated series. So I did the next best thing. I went to look to Netflix, and they didn't have they used to have Batman Beyond, and they don't anymore. Then I remembered, and it's one of the best episodes of DC animation of all time, in my opinion. And it's the last episode in season 1 of Justice League Unlimited, which is on Netflix, and it is an epilogue to Batman Beyond. And because in the original show they never capped it, they never ended it. So people wondered, like, how did that end? You know what I mean? What was the and they wrap it up beautifully in that episode. That's really gets pretty dark too. So as Terry McGinnis and old Bruce and all that kind of stuff, like old Bruce. So if you're a Batman nut and you are on the high of Batman that Arkham Knight has put you on, go check it out. It's on Netflix, 20 minutes of your time, and it's really cool if you ever watch Batman Beyond, which I'm praying we one day get either a movie or a game or something, because that series was so cool. Yeah. So completely, super random, but it's worth your time. Joe.
Now me?
Yeah.
So number 2 for me is another free game on PlayStation Plus this month.
There's a theme here.
Yes. Skulls of the Shogun.
Tropes.
The Bonafide edition.
Bonafide,
because they're skeletons.
Like boner.
Yeah, like boner, except not really at all.
Oh my god.
It's a pretty cool game. It's kind of
Sorry, Clayton's mom.
Oh god. It's kind of turn-based. It's really funny. It's got really clever writing. I don't know. I just thought it's got a cool art style too. Sort of like you're like ancient Japanese like soldiers, but like it's definitely like 21st century humor going on in this game, and it's really funny.
You're enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's pretty cool. And it's got multiplayer and cool stuff like that. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Clayton, to you. You have another one?
Okay, I'm gonna make mine very cut and dry. I'm just gonna steal the description from Wikipedia here because I don't know what to say about it besides what's on here. Mm-hmm. But I do love the series. I've been watching it for a while. I always kind of hop on and off, but it's on Netflix right now. It's a cartoon. It's an adult cartoon called The Boondocks, and it was originally on Adult Swim. So obviously
not for kids.
Pretty good show.
Not for kids.
But I'll just tell you the main kind of premise of it. It begins with a black family, the Freemans, settling into the fictional, peaceful, and mostly white suburb of Woodcrest. The perspective offered by this mixture of cultures, lifestyles, social classes, stereotypes, viewpoints, and racialized identities provides for much of the series satire, comedy, and conflict. So that's a very like watered down version of it, because there is some crazy shit that happens in that show because it's an Adult Swim show. There's a lot excessive use of the N-word in that show. So uncensored,
uncomfortably.
So, but it's hysterical. Like, I love this show, and I would highly recommend it. I mean, if it's on Netflix, if you already have it? What are you losing? So.
Exactly. Not for kids, but
no,
I've heard
not for kids.
Things.
Yeah, but then again, kids aren't watching the show. Hopefully, so
hopefully, yeah, kids.
Show.
They listen to our show.
Our show.
I hope anyone listens. Grab your kids, grab your grandma. Everyone listens.
Grab your wives, grab your daughters.
From what I've heard of that show, it's really funny and it's super crazy and all that stuff, but also I'm pretty sure it's won Emmys.
Really?
Because it's dealt with some serious shit inside of its
interesting.
Like
I'd have to check.
Ridiculous comedy.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's 55 episodes long. The show did end June 23rd of last year, so it is over.
Oh wow, so it's over. Okay. Yeah. Well, cool. See, I like these kind of recommendations. They're random. They're not. See, it's so easy to recommend Arkham Knights or True Detective or something like that.
Relevant right now.
Yeah. So, but that's why I like this segment because get to shine some light to
I never keep up with the new stuff. I always find the old gems.
There you go. My last recommendation is kind of a combination of my love for music and movies, and that is Netflix just came out with a documentary called What Happened, Miss Simone, and that is a documentary on Nina Simone, one of the most soulful, bluesy, just phenomenal artists of all time. She did. I'm blanking on some of the songs.
Feeling Good.
Oh yeah, Feeling Good. You've probably heard it from John. Did John Mayer do? No,
Michael Bublé.
There we go. They look the same.
Michael Bublé.
You've heard covers of it. She did a cover. Kanye West has sampled her. She is so influential, and she is a huge part of soul music. And it delves into how she lived a pretty treacherous, not happy life with the men she put in her life, and how she herself was could be volatile at times, but there was no question that she was one of the greatest of all time, and she knew it, and she rocked it on stage. So I heavily recommend that if you're into music. I know I've kind of give some obscure references in my music taste, but they shouldn't be, because everyone should, at least to gain an appreciation of some of the music we have now, go and listen to Otis Redding, Nina Simone, Benny King, who just passed away,
yep.
Bill Withers, like all these guys, you can hear where this music came from.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it, and hopefully you will too. So go listen to her, search her on Spotify or YouTube or wherever you listen to music, and then go watch the documentary. So Joe, wrap us up.
All right. So mine is another oldie, but goodie. The show Cheers. I love that show. I just started. I had never seen it before a few months ago. My dad loves it. He always talked about it, but I never really watched it. That show's hysterical. Mm-hmm. Also, deals with some serious topics as well, but it's a very funny show. And that went 9 seasons. So if you're looking for a show to watch,
sink your teeth into.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because all the fall shows don't start till the fall. Obviously, Thrones is done. It's kind of dry right now.
Yeah. Well, and there's a lot of cool people that started out on that show. Ted Danson.
I know nothing. I know it's in Boston.
Woody Harrelson.
They go wicked out of the bars.
Yeah, you can actually go to that bar too in Boston.
Yeah, it's a huge tourist place.
Frasier started on that show and then went to the show Frasier.
Yeah,
his name isn't Frasier, but
yes,
Kelsey Grammer.
Thank you.
Yes, very distinct voice.
Yeah. It's a really good show.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. That was a really good. This was a good show. You guys enjoying that? We're 6 deep.
This has been one of our better ones.
Yeah, tonight I liked a lot.
So, thank you to the fans. Thank you for everyone who's listened. Obviously, as a startup, we don't have many, but I think we got to almost 40 views this week. So Thank you so much for that. I should probably say that in the beginning of next show, just so if people don't listen all the way through, they can know they're being appreciated. So thank you so much. As always, if you have any comments or concerns, or if you just want to tell us we suck, please comment, please share, download on iTunes. We're still on iTunes. I don't think we've gotten an iTunes download in a while, but we're on iTunes, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Actual video is coming in about a month or so now. Stay tuned next week. Joe and I may have a little something we're working on.
Yeah.
We haven't finalized anything, but we may have some video for you guys so you can actually see our beautiful faces.
Yeah, and just so you know, I won't be. I'm getting married next week, so I won't be on the show next week.
Woo!
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll be honeymooning it up.
I did not know that, so that's the first time hearing of it. So
yeah.
Oh, so it is going to be.
Well, you should have assumed that because
I did.
I didn't think you were going on your honeymoon until November. So
also though, the honeymoon, we're doing a small thing, and then we're gonna do something bigger later.
Okay.
It's my wedding. I gotta do something.
I kind of assumed he wasn't gonna be on it.
But we've been talking about potentially switching up our times.
Yes.
Is that something you want to talk about?
So, nothing concrete, and please give us feedback if you've gotten this far in the show. We are considering moving our show to earlier in the week, just so, we feel as though we may get more viewership if it's published on maybe a Wednesday or Tuesday. The worry is we may not hit on some of the big stories for the week.
Yeah.
So if you have a comment or a thought, please let us know. Internally, we're debating it. But I would love some feedback from anyone. So nothing in the near future, but look out for that. Also, look out for possible logo design. Not completely redesigned, but we're trying to get a little bit more professional.
Some touch-ups.
Yeah. Some touch-ups. So some exciting stuff happening at GTD right now. So like I said, or like Clayton said, unfortunately he will not be with us next week, but he has a good reason to be.
Yeah.
So Joe and I will tag team it next week.
I'm sorry that I'm leaving you guys with these two, and it's going to be the most boring show. But
boring. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. It'll be great.
Maybe it's the show that tears
It'll
us
be
down.
the one that sends you guys off, and they'll be like, "Don't come back, don't come back."
Yeah. Or maybe we'll get a guest. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe we could talk to someone.
Kanye West.
We'll figure it out. Anyways,
we're getting Kanye West next week.
Yeah. Who are these white boys?
Good. All right, wrap this up. I'll wrap this up.
For Clayton Marty, congratulations, bud. I'm so excited for you to get married. I'm so excited to see you get married. Love you. Joey, for Joey Iverson.
Yep.
The man, the myth, the legend. I guess Clayton is too. Anyways, I'm Alex Stadnick. I love you guys. I can't wait to be back next week. We'll see you next week for episode 7.
Yep.
The Dawn Awakens.
The Dawn.
Star Wars reference.
We're not going to start doing this. We're going to title every episode.
Goodbye, America.